Ladies and gentlemen, this is Tyler Rowland. With me is my broadcast colleague, Nick Newton. We apologize for the technical difficulties that occurred, but we are now back live here coming to you from Spartan Stadium. The Tanks and the Stealth have started playing. The Tanks have received the ball first. They got the ball about midfield on a Michael Clay kick return. They went 3 and out, went for it on 4th and 7 before getting the first down through pass. And they've been on a pretty consistent drive and they're on the goal line right now. They're doing a measurement after a 4th and 3.
They're about like on the 10, 15-yard line. No,
okay.
Check that. They're like on the 5.
It's going to be a Tanks first down.
All right, it's a little bit hard to see. This field's the way it's been painted, but or marked up. But it's right now. We did get the first down, so we're going to have it 1st and 5 on the 1. Tanks are coming out in a T formation, tied into each side, 3 backs side by side behind Swords. Swords makes a call at the line, and it's Dale Swords, Tony Murphy, and Luke Brown in the backfield. Tanks get down. Ball is handed off to Big Tony Murphy up the middle, and he's got some forward progress, but he gets down to about the
1 yard
half-yard line.
Yeah, he's pretty close. I thought to be honest with you, first glance, I thought he got in there.
Yeah, that was a close run. It looks like they were keying on Swords there. Tanks line up, same formation, T, 3 backs side by side beside Swords. Swords hands it off up the middle. Dale Swords runs, and he's in, but we have a flag down on the play.
Yeah, they called touchdown, but there is a flag. I think somebody on the Tanks moved a little too soon.
Okay, yeah, that's probably the case. And let's see, there's referees still haven't indicated anything. Okay, one of the referees is walking out now to tell us.
It was encroachment.
Oh, wow, it's encroachment on the defense, so the penalty is declined, and the Tanks get a touchdown.
Well, so I guess the Tanks strike first.
All right. Tanks with a 6-0 lead, and now they're going to go for 2.
Like they have all year?
Yep. That's the new field goal rules change things quite a bit. Tanks are in T again, 3 backs side by side behind Swords. Swords hands it up the middle. Big Tony Murphy barrels his way through, and he's into the end zone.
Man, he made that look easy.
Wow. He is, I mean, he's like a Jerome Bettis type.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was just thinking about. Get off the tracks when the train is coming.
Man, yeah. That's so the Tanks starting out with an 8-0 lead. Definitely a good start to the game. What do you think, Nick?
I think it's a great start. Established dominance out the get-go. I mean, you got to against a team like this. I mean, this team's young, and they could actually do something to really mess with the Tanks' schemes. So you got to strike quickly on this team.
Well said, Nick. It's definitely a game, especially with it being a rivalry, that we want to and need to get ahead. You know, try to put it away as quick as we can.
Yeah, it's a record. Since it's a rivalry, you can basically throw these record books out the window. I mean, teams will play extra better on rivalry games. I don't know how. I don't know what makes that. I mean, it can make a bad team look like a good team on a rivalry game. So this game's going to be interesting for sure.
Well said. We got the ball back. We're lining up to kick off. Zach Christensen, he squibs it down the middle.
Uh-oh.
And it's bumbled around. It's recovered by number 15. It's like Alex Treadway, runs it up the middle and gets to the Tanks are going to start on about the 37-yard line. right, so tanks are lined up defensively.
Looks like they're led by Steve Lee right in the front there.
Big Steve, the Ashland native, looks awful eager to make some noise there. Stealth are still in huddle. They break and runs up. In the backfield at quarterback will be number. Looks like.
We have a fumble.
Ball's fumbled.
Ball is fumbled.
Looks like it's going to be the Tanks' ball, and it's recovered by Big Dion McKinley. Wow. Good start for the Tanks here, getting a score and then recovered. The quarterback I was going to announce for the Stone is Josh Bailey, but it looks like Duke Edwards, and so they're going to. Looks like, though, the Tanks are going to be taking back over again.
Looks like a couple Stealth players are protesting the official on the call.
Yeah, didn't even play the clock. He didn't start.
Huh.
Well, anyway, it's 1st and 10 for the Tanks.
All right. We'll take over. Tanks are on the 30, about the 35.5-yard line. They're out in shotgun, 2 wideouts to the right, back to the right, or 2 wides each side, back to the right of Swords. Swords drop back, rolls to the right.
Oh, my goodness.
Launches, and it's, just overthrown.
Man, I thought he had him right there.
Yeah, Dylan Coons had him beat down the right side, but was overthrown just a few inches. But it was definitely it's definitely, speaking of Job Swords throwing, it's definitely been a big year for him.
Mm-hmm.
Already into the double-digit touchdowns, which we only had, I think, 12 or 13 off the top of my head passing touchdowns last season. So it's definitely a big improvement. All right, we're out in shotgun, 2 wideouts to each side again, back to the right. Hands it off, A.J. Williams. He's got room up the middle, jukes a defender, and gets to close to the first down line. Looks like they're going to mark it a first down.
Wow, what a run. I mean, he saw that seam right at the middle and just took it.
Wow. A.J. Williams, he had about 300 yards rushing last year, but this year he has really put together a solid season.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
And
I mean, every time he touches the ball, it seems like he wants to do something crazy with it. Like,
well said. He's been running it and just been killing it all year. And okay, so it looks like there's going to be a timeout, but it's not.
Nope.
So Tanks are back in shotgun again. It's snapped. Ball's caught.
ooh,
Wow.
good snag.
It's a few yards there. That is number 17, De'Arian Jones, and he gets about 5 yards on the out route to the left side.
Got a good 5 yards on that catch.
That's a solid play, and we haven't really run many short routes this year when you think about it.
No,
Nick.
we haven't.
And let's see, referees are checking something on the field. Oh, looks like they're just moving the.
Mm-hmm.
Putting it
Swords is getting the call from Coach Rice.
Hey, and we got Michael Vermillion here.
Hey, Vermillion, what's going on, buddy?
See you, man.
I'm just here to support my guys again. We're looking really good on offense out there.
He took a screen pass.
Oh, wow, Michael Clay.
Oh, he broke free.
Wow, Michael,
gonna call it a touchdown.
Unbelievable. 4 catches, 4 touchdowns this season. Michael Clay, who's just fresh out of high school, has been unbelievable this year. And now he breaks loose on a screen for about 20 yards and gets the score.
I thought he was tackled at like the 2-yard line. Instead, he
Wow.
comes out that pile, and it's like, oh, yep, he's in the end zone.
He is going to be an absolute freak athlete.
Yeah, so I think we're looking at Rookie of the Year possibly if this is his rookie season, and definitely going to be an all-star at the end of the season. I can see that potential right there.
Well said.
Yeah, I actually agree with that 100%.
And oh, wow. Tanks came out in the T formation on the 2-point conversion, but they have been keying on Luke Big in that formation when he gets the ball. I guess they're anticipating him to get it more, but they stopped him. Score now is 14-0. Tanks are ahead with 8:04 in the first quarter. All right. So, well, good start for the Tanks, guys. That's definitely been a big start for us.
I actually agree. Like I said, we need to start off on this team fast, and they have actually done that.
Yeah, it's definitely good when you can start off. You can get a punch in a quick score and get a turnover. Then it's definitely something good. All right. So Nick, you want to read off some sponsors real quick? I'm going to update our Facebook page.
All righty then. We have Weaver's Gas and Oil, Roger W. Davis Funeral Home, and we also have the South Shore Weight Loss Center, Minx's Giovanni's, Mexitalian, and the Briar Patch. Let's not forget about the Buckeye Dairy Bar, too. The Masterworks Jewelry, with the Gun Barrel also in this sponsorship. We also have the Scioto River. And Noggins Pub. Looks like Zach has the ball teed up, and he's going to kick it. It's a line drive. Oh, and he mishandles the ball. He's going to take it, though. Oh, he's going to find the middle, but he's going to get brought down at about the 30-yard line. Oh, but we have a flag that comes in late.
Oh, we've got some fighting.
Of course.
You got some rumble on the field.
We've got a little MMA going on.
Of course we do. I mean, it's a rivalry game, so we kind of knew this was coming. But Coach Rice and Coach Wooten have been trying to been trying to preach this to the team all week. Don't do something stupid.
I think what potential for that to happen here is a couple of our players could get suspended and or kicked out of the league for fighting, and that would be a feather in the cap for the Stealth because that could potentially ruin us for the rest of the season.
Absolutely.
These guys got to play smart and with their heads. But it's true. These guys know each other. They all live in the same communities, went to the same schools, so this is bragging rights for the areas and stuff like that. So, yeah, you're going to see some hot heads out here tonight.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And looks like this one's going against the Stealth.
Yeah, it looks like it was all the Stealth. It would have been offsetting penalties.
Gun handed it off up the middle.
That was going over.
They are.
A loss of 7.
I feel like Deion McKinley is playing with a chip on his shoulder.
I think you're right, Nate. I think you're 100% correct on that.
Stephen Lee with the stop.
I mean, because he is a former player of this team.
Yes, sir.
And he switched over. He came over to the dark side, as some of the teams call it.
Yeah, he took a little bit of heat for switching over, but an opportunity to play for a championship caliber team this year, which I think the Tanks are as good as the national championship team that I played for 3 seasons ago.
In my personal opinion, if not better.
I think they're better.
Yeah.
The talent's there.
All right. Edwards lines up and shotgun, 2 wideouts to each side, back to the right, and it looks like he snaps, runs it to the right. It bounces off the hands of number 20, J.C. Evans, but there's a flag down. This will very, very likely be encroachment on the Tanks.
Yeah, Deion, once again, he's wanting to jump that snap count. It seems like it's like almost every single play he's been a part of it so far because he recovered that fumble on the first drive of the game.
Yeah.
Against the Tanks.
Penalties is going to be our one weakness this year. We got to settle down and play smart with your head as much as you play physical.
On that note, I talked to Coach Rice before the game. He said that we need to minimize the penalties that we got this week, that we need to minimize them for this week from what we got last week.
All right, Stealth are lining up. Shotgun back to the right, 3 wideouts to the right, 1 to the left. It's handed off up the middle. And number 23, DeMarco Kane, he gains probably about a yard or 2. And it's going to be 3rd and 9 for the Stealth. 6:57 left to go in the first quarter. Tanks are leading 14-0. And all right, they're lining up. It's going to be a big 3rd down. Tanks coming out defensively. They're going to have 4 down linemen, and the Stealth